I was driving the other day, and I was thinking about, those people that say they don't have that like little voice in their head,
Oh yeah, that's crazy to me.
right? So I'm driving, and the entire time you're driving, you kind of zone out,
Yeah, and just like talk the entire
and
time.
that, especially when you're by yourself, you are literally talking to yourself with that inner voice
Yeah.
the entire time you're driving. So what do people do that don't have that voice do when they're driving?
I don't even know. Like my brain, it's hard for me to comprehend how that works. Like in general, like I get it, but I don't. You know what I mean? Because like I talk to myself in my head. Like that voice in my head is like going 24/7. So I couldn't imagine like not having that. How do you even think? I mean, I get it. People do obviously, but like what?
I can't grasp it either because it genuinely, how do you think? I feel like that is your thinking voice.
Yeah.
So,
Like I pictured things like pictures in my head as well, but like the voice is like a very big component of me thinking.
right.
Like I think words without speaking them, like I can picture them, but majority I'm going.
Yeah. Yeah.
Especially because my ADHD, it's like, oh my God, it's crazy. 24/7, nonstop. Oh, he's back.
The wasp.
It's okay. It's the hornet. It's okay. He's doing his thing.
Dude,
He's
do
doing
they
his thing.
do they have like fake face recognition?
I'm not sure, but I feel like he would have attacked you already because we saw him earlier and he didn't come at you.
Yeah.
So I think you're good.
He's waiting for me to get comfortable.
Yeah, and he's like circling the
The
spray.
perimeter.
Yeah, that too. He's like, fuck you. But he's circling the spray like, haha, you can't even get this.
Yeah.
Well, I looked it up and they don't fly at night. Hornets do, but wasps don't because they have bad vision or something.
And the hornet is the guy that I don't like.
Yeah, he's the big one.
Okay.
So be careful. I'm like, he's out for blood. He could be.
Okay, guys. So sorry. Today we're going to be outside. So if you hear a little bit of like background noise, that's what it's going to be. I'm going to try to edit certain things out if it's like extra loud. I think there's maybe a helicopter or something flying above us right now. I don't know what's going on. But yeah, just bear with us. I'm so sorry. This is what I've got at the moment. So. Okay, guys. So this episode is going to be about, is it bad motives or was there no ill intent? So let's see. The first story I'm going to read you, Isabella, is going to be...
Oh,
are you nervous?
I am nervous actually, and I'm getting over being sick, so I sound a little raspy right now, but that's okay.
Yeah, that's okay. Everybody's sick right now, so it's been hard for people. So the first episode is going to be, dude I'm seeing had an accident in my car.
Okay.
First thoughts?
I don't want to be judgmental because what if you had an accident in somebody's car? Like, that's embarrassing. We don't know what it is though, so
Okay.
we'll see.
All right. I've been seeing this dude for over a month, and it was cool, but I decided that it was best for us to be friends, as it was obvious we didn't have too much chemistry. We hung out last night, and he smoked. I was driving, so I didn't, and we went on a ride. It was about an hour, and I dropped him off, and when he got out of my car, there was a wet spot. It was huge. The seat was really wet and smelled like piss.
Oh.
I texted him, hey, I sweat a lot, so I know this happens to me, but did you piss in my car? He responded that he did and didn't and he didn't notice till he got in his apartment. I just had to clean this guy's piss out of my seat. What the fuck?
Oh. Was that the end?
There's an edit, but I want to like give it a second.
Oh. That's interesting. He said he knew.
Yeah.
And he didn't.
Yeah, I mean, she asked him. Well, no, he tries to say that he didn't know, I think. Hold on. I texted him. It's okay.
He said he didn't realize.
He responded that he did and didn't notice till he got in his apartment. How do you not notice that you piss in someone's car?
Yeah, like what are you talking about? How do you not notice? I feel
Right.
like you'd feel it when that happens, and even if not, the second you stood up, you would feel it. Like, what?
Yeah. I think he was probably just embarrassed and
But I'm just confused how that happens, because if he really needs to go pee, I'd be like, okay, please, you need to stop the car, you know what I mean? Like, I wouldn't just like prefer to piss in somebody's car and
right.
not say anything.
So I'm assuming she added the whole we smoked or he smoked for like maybe some background as to maybe why that happened. But I
Okay.
mean, people smoke all the time. And I
Yeah.
don't think that's an average thing to happen. What's funny is the first comment is, OMG, I assumed you meant he crashed your car. That's way more fucked up.
Oh, I was thinking he like shit himself
So
the first time.
when I originally first read it, and I think it again, it's that inner voice when you like read something. My mind just automatically thought, "Oh my god, he crashed your car."
Yeah.
Like I have to read this because
Well,
like
that's happened to
someone's
you
crashed my
before.
car.
Yeah, so.
So that's happened to me before. So if you're out there, fuck you. No, so anyways, the edit was guy texted me this morning saying that he still wanted to be friends and that he wanted to go on a hike this week. I told him it's best we go our separate ways and I unadded him. God bless his soul.
Um,
Yeah, there's not much to say about that one. I just kind of thought it was like funny, I guess.
that's so weird. He said, let's go on a hike. Like, you didn't even offer to help clean it or anything. Or say sorry. Did he say sorry?
Not in the context that we were given. She didn't. It doesn't even seem like he included like. Yeah, it doesn't sound like he said sorry. It doesn't sound like he offered to clean, like you said, and then he didn't even acknowledge it in his follow-up text.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
weird. Weirdo. I would unadd him too.
Weirdo. I wouldn't. Yeah, I wouldn't be seeing him again either. Yeah, that was in r/what do I do. They did what they should have done.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
We're back. We just went through a roller coaster. Not nice neighbors. That's all I have to say. So, okay. So this next one is going to be called Today I Fucked Up by Using Numbing Lube and Ruining My Entire Night.
Oh, okay.
Have you used that before?
No, I would not use numbing.
Yeah.
Why would you want to use numbing lube?
We're about to find out. So, my boyfriend and I decided to try a new and exciting lube we saw at the store. It was labeled with warming and numbing effects, so we thought, this sounds spicy. We were feeling adventurous, right? He puts it on, we get going, except about 5 minutes in, we realize he can't feel his like at all. Completely dead zone. We start to panic. I'm checking the label frantically. Turns out it's literally designed for anal and it has lidocaine in it.
That's what I was assuming.
So for me, I just had a bunch of ulcers in my mouth and I went to the doctor and they gave me like a lidocaine mouthwash. And when I say that, like, that's numbing.
Yeah.
Like, to another degree.
Yeah.
So that's crazy when I read that. Okay, so AKA, we basically gave his junk anesthesia. This stuff is specifically for anal play, and the numbing agent was supposed to help with discomfort there. Not a fun sensation enhancer or any other regions. So now, not only is he in complete numbness, but his junk is not responding. It's like a sleepy, frozen, completely numbed zone down there. No sensation, nothing. He's sitting there fully naked, gently slapping his own dick, going, "Hello?" Okay, come on. Like he's trying to wake it
Is
up.
it hard still?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Yeah. We spent the next hour and a half just sitting there, me trying to figure out if I could somehow reverse the damage while he's gently poking at himself like a scientist trying to receive a frozen subject. Spoiler, it did not work. We ended up just going to bed frustrated.
Oh, is that the end?
Yeah.
I was just confused as to why she had no idea that it was for anal play. Like, if the lube is numbing, at least my automatic thought is like, maybe that's what it's for. But is it also only for like anal play and not like penetration? Because if it like affects him that way and is that not supposed to happen? Like, is it just for toys and like?
What do you mean? Is it just for toys?
Like, is it just for the receiving person? Like, are you not supposed to have actual anal when you are using this? If they're like freaking out because it's on his dick, you know?
Yeah. I see what you mean. Like, because if you put it on a
Yeah, if you're
male
having,
person,
yeah,
they're not going to be able to.
yeah. I mean,
Interesting.
so
Yeah.
like, does it say that on the label,
I don't know.
or does it just affect people differently?
Maybe. Also, I guess maybe people probably portion it differently. Maybe they used like
Yeah,
a lot.
maybe.
Without thinking so. I feel like if I was in the store and I read this, because I'm not, it's not like I'd be going to the sex store or anything a lot. I really hope my dad skips this part of the video if he watches. But I feel like I would kind of think my brain would trick me from numbing to like tingly. Like, and maybe that's what happened to her.
Maybe.
Like, ooh, like a tingly sensation.
Like a little numb.
Yeah.
When
like
I think of numbing, I'm like,
Can't feel it.
that doesn't sound appealing to me.
Yeah. So the top comment was, that stuff is a great way to literally tear your ass up. Ouch. Normally means slow down, more lube. You take that warning mechanism out with numbing cream.
Yeah.
That aside, funny story.
That's true.
Yeah, like
Get fucked up.
right, like if you like if it's not okay, if it's numbing him to that extent, then it's gonna numb your asshole to that extent. And if
Yeah.
your asshole is numb to that extent,
That can't be safe.
it cannot be safe.
Like, yeah, like they said, you are supposed to have that warning.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
that's what I was thinking. I'm like, why would you not want to feel what's happening? Like, that doesn't sound fun.
yeah, and then the comment below that was like, can confirm, have done.
And also, she's using this for her vagina.
Yeah.
Like, again, doesn't sound safe.
Right, and also I just feel like if you're gonna use something, guys,
Coconut oil.
well, I wasn't going to give a suggestion like that, but I was going to say maybe read the label before you apply something to your genitals.
Yeah.
So
Coconut oil, though. That's
that's a good one.
yeah. Safe, natural. You can fucking eat it, like it's
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, so that's that one. I just thought it would kind of be funny. This one definitely correlates with, so is there motive behind this, or there's no ill intent? This one is coming from r/am I the asshole, and it says, would I be the asshole if I stopped taking my daughter in public?
Okay.
All right. Would I be the asshole if I stopped taking my daughter in public? I know the title sounds bad, but hear me out. I, 44 male, have 4 kids. An 11-month-old, a 3-year-old that's a female, and another 3-year-old that's a female, and a 10-month-old boy. I am Blasian, who is more black. My partner is Japanese, and one of my girls is very light-skinned. I was at the store with my 11-month-old, 3 female and 3 female. We were shopping like normal, and my girls were asking for candy. I said no, and like a normal 3-year-old, they started crying and throwing a temper tantrum and were refusing to leave. So I picked them up and I started leaving the store. I am a big guy, 6'7", 255 pounds, so I'm noticeable. I'm also deaf, so I did not hear the woman who yelled that I was kidnapping my own daughter. Before I knew it, I'm being punched by some guy.
Oh my God.
And my daughter was snatched from my hands. I was trying to figure out what was going on, and then the cops showed up. Before getting my statement or listening to my son, who was desperately trying to translate for me. I'm pinned to the ground and in handcuffs so tight I still have marks. It's been 5 days. I was arrested, shoved in the back of a cop car while my kids got taken into custody. And this isn't the first time something like this has happened.
Oh my God.
I know it's extreme not to take my daughter into public unless there's someone who actually looks like her with me, but I'm so worried there's going to be a day I don't make it into those handcuffs and my kids don't have a dad anymore. So, would I be the asshole if I stopped taking my daughter in public without my partner?
Oh gosh. Where does he live? Does it say?
No, it does not say, but he does have an edit that says, so I don't have to keep responding to the same suggestions in the comment. I will be pressing charges. I will be informing my father-in-law, who is the chief of police, and I will be getting matching outfit bracelets, accessories, family shirts, or something like that. I will not be taking my daughter out in public alone until we get that stuff.
Oh gosh. This is a hard one because, like, I don't think he's the asshole. I don't think he's an asshole, but like, you should be able to go in public with your daughter, even if she doesn't look exactly like you. Like, there's so many people that have biracial children or adopt so many different things, and like, it's just so sad that he has to worry about, like, that happening. Like, that's crazy. Like, I couldn't even imagine.
And so for this one, I was kind of questioning, not necessarily for him, but maybe the people around him that he is catching at the stores or whatever. Do you think that these people have bad motives, or do you think that this is just like no ill intent?
It's hard to say because, like, obviously it's good that people are aware and like watching, because like if you saw, like, but yeah, like I said, it's hard to say because, like, I don't know. You would want people in your community to like be looking out for kids and like make sure that they're safe, but also like, you can't just literally assume because a child is having a tantrum that they're being kidnapped. Like, I don't know. I think it takes more social awareness to be able to make that decision. Like, were they not paying attention before? Like, obviously he was with the kid the entire time. I don't know how to answer that because that's such a hard one. Like,
Yeah.
especially, I also hate, sorry.
No, you're okay.
I also hate when, like, like the deaf community is so like misunderstood in terms of like just communication and like not, I don't know. It's just like, it sucks because I mean a lot of people struggle with that, people with disabilities and things like that, but there needs to be more like, I don't know, awareness in the deaf community and things like that, because he got arrested and like nobody was there to even translate or listen to what was happening. Like, they literally took him to jail. Like, I feel like it shouldn't have gotten to that point.
Yeah, and for his son to be trying to interpret for him, I'm assuming that he is a mute deaf person.
Yeah.
Which, if that's the case, can they not, like, as police officers or as other people around, I'm sure watching this, are they not able to tell, if that makes sense? Like,
Yeah.
like I'm sure his body language was saying one thing while his mouth was not.
Yeah, and if his kid was interpreting for him, obviously he was signing.
You see a little kid signing.
Yeah.
Well, actually, he may not have been signing because at that point he's not interpreting for a deaf person. He's interpreting for
Like the
hearing
situation.
people.
Oh, yeah.
So
I know.
he
I
would
mean
be
his dad talking, like telling his
Oh
son.
yeah. Oh yeah. He's signing to whomever.
Yeah.
And his son is trying to interpret for him. So yeah, you're totally right. He's trying to sign before getting arrested, then gets arrested. And it's just like, I don't even understand how that's happening to him. I can see the situation at hand, like somebody thinking that.
Yeah.
I can see that happening. What is very unfortunate in the situation is that just because, like, I feel like it's so common these days to see mixed children
Yeah.
and things like that, just because they're not exactly the same skin color,
That's why I was
I wouldn't
asking
automatically assume that.
where he lived, because like, I don't know the other, like what other countries, like, how people would react with certain things like that. But I'm just wondering because like maybe it's somewhere where that's really frowned upon and like they, are more judgmental. I don't know.
What I also think is weird is that the kids were like not wanting to go home and crying because they couldn't have candy. But it's not like these kids were yelling out that they're being kidnapped,
Yeah.
right? Like I feel like usually, and I mean this may not always be the case, but 9 times out of 10 a kid might be screaming, "You're not my mom, you're not my dad," or like, "I don't know this person," or saying verbal well, they're 3. So I mean, I don't know how well a 3-year-old speaks.
Yeah.
Do you? I mean,
I mean, Araya's 4 and she talks pretty well, but also like kids develop at different ages, you know
yeah.
what I mean? So it just depends on the kid and they might not be speaking full sentences, you know what I mean? Like you
Yeah.
may not, and they have baby voices, so you may not understand what they're saying.
Yeah. I don't know. This one is frustrating.
Yeah. Like I don't even know what to say. Like I said, he's not the asshole and that sucks that he's in that situation. Like I don't want to say that it's okay for him to not take his daughter out anymore, especially because it's just one of his kids. Like, so, like, he's going to go out with the other ones and leave the other one at home. Like, I get the circumstance. So it's a hard question. I don't know. Like, what do you do? I mean, it's good that he wants to, like, get the bracelets or shirts or whatever, but I would love to know where he lives, like, what
Yeah.
kind of area he lives in.
And I really don't like that he's having to do all of those things just to make sure he's safe and his kids are safe. Like,
Yeah.
it's just really sad. He did have another edit saying he probably won't update for a while. He does end up updating, but the update was, "My father-in-law's pissed. We talked on the phone and I explained what happened, and he was pissed. He sent an email to the police I described and will be reprimanding them first thing in the morning. He said, I will not stand for this, and he's glad I brought it to his attention. I told him not to mention me in the incident that caused the investigation. He's just going to say it's because of some reports.
Yeah.
That way it's not obvious. He will send any evidence to help my case." He then had an edit and said that he probably won't update for a while because he says, "I probably won't update for a while because I'm probably not going to be able to say anything for a while.
Yeah.
Do know I'm pressing charges, and for everyone saying that will be a big payout, I don't care about the money. I'm just doing this so what is safe for my kids and people like me."
Yeah. That's crazy. Because he also said it wasn't the first time something like that has happened. And like, I wonder what happened the first time. Like, it probably wasn't as bad, maybe,
Yeah.
but that's crazy.
Yeah. We're having to restart the second half of our video due to my baby waking up and some other stuff going on. So bear with us. And if you hear that annoying dog yapping in the background, that's our neighbor. So you have 2 options. The first option is going to be r/am I overreacting? Am I overreacting for cutting off my in-laws after they enabled my wife's infidelity? Or am I the asshole for being passive aggressive towards my husband after we overstayed our welcome at a restaurant?
The first one.
Okay, here we go. My wife and I have been together for 5 to 6 years before we got married. During the year we got married, she had a conversation with an old friend she'd slept with and reminisced about their past. He told her to get WhatsApp because he was married and so was she. Nothing else became of it. He lived states away, but it still didn't sit right with me. At the same time, I had been talking to a girl I met online through a video game. We hit it off and I found her attractive, but I knew nothing would ever come of it. I was newly married with 2 kids. She got sick with COVID and I sent her flowers. My wife found out and treated me like absolute garbage for years. Shortly after that, she had a miscarriage. It hurt us both deeply, but I didn't know how to cope. I have a fear of death, So I pretend it didn't happen instead of communicating my feelings. To her, it looked like I didn't care and wasn't there for her. This was in 2021. During that time, while she was still making me feel worthless for sending someone flowers, telling me to do the big S, saying my kids weren't mine, don't worry, I checked, she was actually cheating. In July 2021, she started talking to an old crush. She was also staying at her parents' house frequently with the kids to give us space. One night, my wife told her mom she was going out to see this guy. Instead of stopping her, she agreed to watch our two toddlers so her daughter, my wife, could go cheat on me. That night, my wife gave this guy oral sex, but apparently he had whiskey dick, so it didn't last long. Here's the part that devastates me. At this time, I was at my lowest. I was going to the gym daily, on testosterone, in the best shape of my life, and working as a successful national program manager for a sign manufacturer company. And the guy she cheated with, he borrowed his mom's car and had to take his bicycle out of the back seat so they could hook up in it.
Oh my god.
A few weeks later, it was my mother in law's birthday. I didn't find out about the cheating until January 2024, but looking back, this part crushes me. My wife told me she didn't want me to go to her mom's birthday because she couldn't be herself and let loose with me there. I later found out she invited this other guy to the party. My father-in-law shook this man's hand and welcomed him into his home. Later, he caught them making out and finally told him to get the fuck out. He also bitched at my wife, but my thought process is these are my in laws. We were close, or so I thought. It didn't matter if my wife told them this guy was her long lost gay best friend. They still welcomed another man into their home for her while she was married to me. She apparently stopped talking to him. I would actually like to stop and say something.
Yeah.
I'm so tired of him continuously going on and on and on about how he's mad at his in-laws, but he hasn't really said shit about being mad about his wife, like mad at
Yeah.
his wife.
And when in the earlier, it was like her mother or his mother-in-law, like, you're scaring me.
I'm scared.
His mother-in-law like watched the kids and didn't stop her. He said didn't stop her. Like, what is she gonna do? Fucking grab her arm and make her stay home? Like, she's not a child. Like, she's doing that on her own will. Like, you can't. You can only do so much. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, you would hope your like mother-in-law would say something, but I mean,
Yeah, I was gonna say, I mean, really, genuinely, she could have, like, personally, I feel I would be like, if my daughter were to do this, I would say, no, I'm not watching your kid for this in particular. If you were not out doing this and you wanted to, like, go do something with your husband, sure, I'll watch her, go on a date night. But if you want to go cheat, like,
yeah,
I'm not indulging in that, but again, it's not necessarily her responsibility as the mother-in-law to do that.
yeah,
You know,
because he also doesn't know the full situation. Like, what if she was like, no, I'm literally going out? Like,
yeah,
you know what I mean? Like, what if she had to watch the kids?
yeah. So, yeah, I don't know. That just irritated me, but let's go on. She apparently stopped talking to him after that. We started doing well again, and she got pregnant with our third son, who was born in July 2023. Fast forward to December 2023. We had some real heart to heart conversations where we promised to be completely honest with each other. She told half truths, nowhere near the full truth. Meanwhile, I told her everything. Let me pause here. I'm not an innocent man. Early in our relationship, we both cheated. We've had dark times. We've put our hands on each other, never in front of the kids, but still. There were times when it didn't feel like we'd make it, and honestly, I didn't want us to. It took months of prying, but in February 2024, she finally confessed everything I've shared here. I know so many details because I tortured myself by making her tell me every little thing. I had to know. I had to understand how someone I believed was my soulmate could make me contemplate the big S for buying another woman flowers while she was giving another man oral sex. What is the big S?
I don't know.
Cause like,
Separation?
okay, cause I'm thinking like if it was the big D, like the big
Yeah,
divorce.
yeah, that's what yeah.
Okay, I'm thinking separation.
Because, well, also they've taken a time apart before.
Yeah,
So I don't know why he keeps calling it the big ass.
yeah.
Maybe it's something else and we don't know.
I had to understand how someone I believed was my soulmate could make me contemplate the big S for buying another woman flowers while she was giving another man oral sex. At this point, the cheating itself doesn't even hurt as much. It's the fact that she tore me down, made me feel like a worthless husband and father while she was cheating. Speed up to today. I haven't spoken to my in laws since, not a word. And I've hardly let my children see them. How could I? How could I go to their home knowing my father in law welcomed another man into it for my wife? How could I look at my mother in law who helped her daughter cheat by watching my kids? To me, they're dead. They are not in my circle.
Damn.
I know some of you will say it's your wife's fault.
I mean, it
Us.
is.
And you're right. But I have children with her, and I couldn't live without them. Even 50-50 custody would break me. My marriage vows bound me to work towards reconciliation. But I don't owe my in laws the same.
Okay. So he wants to work on it. Does she?
I don't know. I'm assuming. Because, I don't know, because they're still together. But let's continue. We'll see. It hurts my wife that I don't let them see our kids, and I understand why. They're her parents. I let them go over a few times. That stopped because it would leave me so resentful. It's now changed to meeting at McDonald's or Shakey's or a jumpy place. I feel betrayed every time I allow it to happen. My kids know nothing, but they can sense it as the question usually asked, why isn't dad coming? I don't force her to cut them off. She talked. Was that a bug?
I think so. I didn't hit anything.
Yeah. I'm just freaking scared out here. Okay.
It's okay. Remember, wasps don't fly at night.
Oh, really?
Just hornets. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
You shouldn't have told me that.
I'm sorry.
The spotlight's on me. That hornet comes by. You fucking bitch. Okay. Let's see. It hurts my wife's feelings that I don't let them see her kids, and I understand why. They're her parents. I've let them go over a few times, but that stopped because it would leave me resentful. I now changed the meeting to McDonald's or Shakey's or a jumpy place. I feel betrayed every time I allow it to happen. My kids know nothing, but they can sense it as the question usually asked is, why isn't dad coming? I don't force her to cut them off. She talks to them, sends them pictures, and I've told her multiple times, I'm not going to stop you from going to see them. But that doesn't mean I have to be comfortable with it. It's caused a huge wedge between us. I mean, that's not the only thing that caused a wedge, but...
Yeah.
Okay, one last thing about my wife. She's an incredible wife and mother.
What?
Okay.
But she talks shit about him all the time.
And cheats on him. And
He's confused.
he's confused. Truly. However, when we fight, she cuts so deep. It's how my sister fights too. I don't understand how people can be so cruel to those closest to them. Outside of that, she has changed a lot. Am I overreacting that I have no sympathy from the months of bitching to my wife that this isn't fair, you did this, not us, when can we see the kids? So yeah, that's the end.
Oh, gosh. What's the question? Am I the asshole?
Right.
Okay. Well, I wanted to address the miscarriage thing because,
I completely forgot about that part.
yeah, the timeline's a little confusing just because it's so, like, you know what I mean? Like, back in time, like, a few years, now he finds out. But, like, I don't know. It just sounds like they needed therapy a long time ago for, like, even the flower thing, if that bothered her, you know what I mean? Like, and 100% for the miscarriage thing, because if he knows that he, like, has a fear with death or whatever and doesn't want to discuss it, like, I don't know. But yeah, miscarriage is, like, a loss for both of y'all. But it's obviously going to be more of a loss for the mother because she physically was carrying that child and had the hormones and everything, you know what I mean? So, like, I hate to say she's going through more, but she is. So it sucks that, like, I hate to say, I don't want to use the word selfishly because, you know, like it's such a sensitive topic, but like, you know, that's a big thing and a big loss. And like, that should have been something that you like forced yourself to talk about, or at least went to therapy with her for, if you aren't comfortable bringing it up and talking about it, because that probably created a lot of resentment in general for her when he even said himself that it probably seemed like he didn't care. And like, that's going to cause so many issues. And obviously there's no reason to cheat. I don't even know, like, I don't remember the timeline of when that happened and when she cheated or whatever.
But that could have like stemmed
Yeah,
from
like that's
those
gonna
feelings.
create a lot of resentment and like, oh, my partner doesn't care or listen to me or whatever. So it just sounds like they needed therapy a long time ago. And especially when he was saying that like she kept like throwing it in his face and bringing it up all the time, like him buying that girl flowers. Obviously, red flag. I wouldn't fuck with that either. But like, that's obviously showing you that like their relationship isn't the most mature relationship and they should have considered therapy a long time ago. And if you're already having problems like that and you're not trying to find like a concrete like resolution, there's going to continue to be problems. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's going to be hard if you're not willing to put everything into making it better. And throwing things like cheating is such like a it's such a hard thing, but you can't want to grow with somebody and then also keep throwing shit back in their face, because you're not going to grow at all if that keeps happening, like for yourself but also for your relationship. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's just not how that's not how it works.
Exactly. I also feel that if it is something that you realize, like, okay, I keep throwing this in their face, like, am I not over it?
Which they probably aren't because they don't communicate.
Right. And then, so it's kind of just like, if you have that conversation with yourself and you realize that you keep doing this, at some point you have to ask yourself, like, I mean, what do I want to do? Do I want to get like couples therapy? Do I want to just call it quits? Like, I don't know. But at the end of the day, if you continue to, like you said, throw it in their face and not grow as an individual or as a couple, you're circling back every time.
Yeah.
You're going to end up where you started, where you were hurt in the first place. It's hurt that's on a continuous loop, and you know that's no good for either of them. So
Yeah. And he also said, what was it? Oh, he said that he couldn't imagine.
no,
Oh,
me.
okay. He said that he couldn't imagine having 50-50 custody. So he said already that he doesn't want to break up. But it just sucks because, like, obviously I'm not a parent, but, like, you know what I mean? Like, I've experienced things myself in my childhood and things like that. And, like, I feel like it's always better to separate than be with somebody for the kids. Because
Right.
then your relationship with that person, your kids are obviously going to see how y'all react with each other and how you, like, just go day to day. And, like, I never think it's better to stay for the children because you're not happy and your kids are going to see that. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
better to deal with 50-50 custody. That may break your heart or whatever, but it's better for your children and your relationship with yourself and your partner.
You'll see that excuse a lot from
Yeah.
parents. I stayed for the children. I stayed for the
That
children.
doesn't make it better.
And you're not staying for the children though.
Yeah.
If you are staying for the children, there's options there, right? So I saw this like meme the other day actually. So it's funny that this kind of gets brought up, but it was don't stay for the children. Communicate for the children.
Yeah.
Love for the children. Like all these positive things that you should be implementing in your relationship. and then it was followed by for the children.
Yeah.
And that's true. Like, have those hard conversations for the children. You know, like, all that good stuff. Do those things for the children. And if those aren't working, then it's okay.
Yeah.
We need to separate for the children.
Yeah.
Because you have to remember everything that you're doing is an example for them. And you know, they're looking at your relationship as this is what I know love
The
to be.
guideline.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
It's better to have two separate happy households than one unhappy household because y'all are together. Mm-hmm. Like, that's never the way to go about it.
yeah.
Like, I grew up with a single mom, and I can guarantee you that was so much better. I mean, obviously, we had our own struggles and things like that, but that was a lot better than being with a parent that is constantly arguing, or you know what I mean? Like, I have friends that grew up and like they lived with people that like were not not happy. I wasn't even thinking about you. That were not happy, and I know that
I
their
thought I
home
was
life.
your only friend.
No, I have a few others. But yeah, they grew up.
You.
Oh my gosh, Noel's your favorite, so fuck you. But
That wasn't supposed to air.
yeah, okay. But yeah, I have a few friends that like grew up with unhappy parents that stay together, and it's never good. Like,
Yeah.
it's just a toxic household, and like obviously he brought up the fact that they've put hands on each other before. Mm-hmm. Like, okay, so they keep bringing up back and forth that they cheated, whoever, whatever. Mm-hmm. They're constantly arguing, probably not in front of the children. Your children can hear.
Right. I
Your
was gonna
children
say,
can hear that.
He said that they hit each other, not in front of their children. And it's like, okay, so where are you hitting each other? Because,
Oh, you throwing it on me?
oh my God!
It's just a fucking June bug, okay?
Okay. Sorry. I'm sorry.
Fucking demons.
Oh my god, that's scary.
I was saying, yeah, where are you when you're hitting, like, where are your kids when you're hitting each other, right?
yeah.
Because if you're hitting each other, you're obviously, your voices are escalated.
Yeah, you can't
to
keep
the
that shit
max.
quiet.
You're not,
You're not
babe,
like
babe,
whispering,
I'm
punching
really
each
mad
other.
at you.
Yeah,
I'm
like
really mad at you.
no. How old are the kids too? Because especially if they're older than fucking 1 years old,
Yeah.
even then, obviously, it can still affect them subconsciously, you know, mentally, whatever. But if they're older than like very young, they are listening and watching every single thing that you do. That's literally what they do. They're like little mimes. You're not mimes, little mimics. Like, they just
Yeah.
constantly mimic what you're doing or what you're saying. That's why it's so important to communicate and lie for your children, basically. I'm all about that. Literally, that's why mom like told me, like, not growing up, but like when I got older, like, when you have kids, like, you fucking lie to them. Make everything look up great. So, like, you know what I mean? You want them to be happy. You don't need your kids to see like your adult problems. Like, their brains they're not ready for that. So, yeah. You know what? I don't know. I don't want to say he's an asshole, but I mean, it might be a little, I don't know, maybe a little much in my opinion, because it's not like they're endangering his children, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I'm not a parent. I don't know how to answer that. Like,
I think
if they were endangering the children, yeah, 100% not the asshole. But like, you're just pressed on this personal matter that you need to go to therapy for. Like, you need to address that and not blame other people.
I was gonna say, I think everyone is the asshole here.
Yeah. That's a good answer.
Yeah, I definitely think everyone's the asshole. I think he should only allow his issues and his problems to be with his wife.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, like I said, it's not the in-laws' responsibility to make sure that their daughter doesn't cheat. It
Yeah.
would be nice, it's a plus, but that's not always the case, as he's learned here. And, you know, so that's why he's the asshole. He shouldn't. I personally, with my daughter that I just had not too long ago, she's 5 months old. I've had problems with my parents already thus far, and that doesn't mean that I was going to keep her from seeing them. I'm not about to make her lose out on a relationship just because I've decided to separate and
Yeah.
make boundaries for my own personal relationship with them.
Yeah.
So, I don't think that my parents would give my daughter any ill intent. I don't think that they would affect the way that she is developing. I don't think that they would cause her any harm, like you said.
Yeah.
And so, no, I wouldn't keep them away. If it was a more dramatic manner of like, like abuse or, something.
Or like, like fucking with them mentally, like
Yeah.
talking shit about their parents. Yeah. So yeah, you're right. Everyone's the asshole for sure.
Yeah. And then obviously the wife is the asshole just because like yeah, she gaslit him in a sense. Like you can't and she did not help communicate or help mend their relationship at all. She's clearly acting like she wants their relationship to work, but she's not putting in the work.
Yeah.
Neither is he.
Yeah, it just sounds like they both have issues and want it to work, but aren't doing anything to like make it work.
Right. Yeah, I agree. The top comment for this one was, "She cheats on you and tears you down. This is not a good wife or mother." And then there's a second comment that says, "Seconded. And based on your usernames, I'm assuming you have two women agreeing. OP, even other women think your wife is not a good wife or mother. Maybe try a little self respect." Oh, I'm sorry. I don't know why that flew out of my mouth. Maybe,
Tell us how you really feel, Tristan.
maybe try a little self reflection and see if you still feel that it's true. I would never treat my husband or even my enemies the way your wife has treated you. You deserve better, OP.
Yeah. Yeah, some people do fucking fight to the I almost said fight to the death.
Bite tooth and nail.
You know what I mean? Like when they're in arguments, they can be fucking mean.
Bite to the death.
You know what I mean?
Some people do that.
No, they do. Yeah, it's fucking crazy. Like that kid.
Yeah.
Yeah. Everyone's the asshole. You're the asshole because you're fucking keeping your children from their grandparents. And like you said, to cut off that relationship over like a personal matter is a little immature. And like, I don't know. Yeah. And I think there's ways to like, like once you're cheated on, you obviously set boundaries and like have certain things implemented to better the relationship and the boundaries and things like that. So I think there's better ways to go about it instead of literally cutting them off. Like that just seems like, I don't know, just weird.
Am I the asshole for forcing my husband to choose between me and his mother? Oh. Okay. Okay, cool. Oh, all right.
Oh
Interesting.
gosh, okay.
I, 31 female, and my fiance, 36 male, are set to get married in July this year. We met through a mutual friend earlier last year, and our relationship progressed quickly. He's literally the perfect guy, but the problem is his mother, Katie, fake name. Katie has been critical of me from day one. She often tells my husband that he could do better, and I am just an uneducated slum.
Oh,
I could usually disregard her, but when he proposed, she went to a whole new level. The main incident occurred when we went to visit her a few days ago to announce our engagement. My future husband excitedly showed her the ring, but she just grimaced. Grimaced?
yeah.
She looked at him and, I repeat, said, "Are you really going to marry that R word gold digger?"
Oh my god.
My
In
hu-
front of her?
My husband laughed nervously, and we left quickly after.
He laughed.
Yeah. A little context. I have high functioning autism. It doesn't affect me too much on a daily basis, but I have trouble interpreting emotion. After we got home, I sobbed and asked my husband to tell his mom this needs to stop. He didn't say much, just that he loves me and he will get better, but he can't say anything to his mom.
No.
When When I pushed for answers, he said he can't do anything about it and left. His sister sent me a text later telling me I can't make him choose between me and his mother. I'm so confused because I literally didn't even ask him to do that. Is there something I'm missing?
That's it?
Um,
Like, of the original?
of the original.
Oh my god. Have you ever seen I Love a Mama's Boy?
Yes.
Did I put you on that?
Yes, you did.
That show, I love that show.
For y'all out there, if y'all have not watched that show, it is hilarious.
It's so good.
It is.
I love watching shows that I can just like sit and talk to the TV and like talk shit. You know what I mean? Me and my boyfriend watched that and it's so good. That's giving I Love a Mama's Boy. And I could not stand for that. First of all, if your partner has autism, you should be aware and check people if they're gonna say shit like that, especially a slur like that. Like, that's fucked up. And the fact that he awkwardly laughed and they left and he didn't say anything, you're in the wrong for that. He's an asshole. Like, how long have they been together? She said they met through a mutual friend not too long ago. Last year.
Last year they met through a mutual friend.
If I would say it hasn't been that long, if he's not willing to set boundaries with his family or literally anybody, cut that off. Like, no, I don't even need to hear more. I mean, obviously, I want to see what happens, but like, there's no need to hear more. If like he's not shutting that down, it doesn't matter if it's his mom, his grandma, fucking the church of fucking Christ. I don't care. Like, you cannot say that, especially about somebody that you love. And like, no, that's no boundaries. What does he mean he can't do anything? Yeah, you can. Is your mom going to be upset that you're defending your partner that you love? That's toxic. And if he doesn't want to stick up for his partner, she needs to leave.
And what these men fail to understand, the men that are like so obsessed with getting their mother's like approval and attention and I don't know, they're getting so much of their love. I don't understand why they feel the need to get so much more. But what they fail to understand is that if he were to just speak up for his wife, which is now supposed to be the most important person, or not the most important person necessarily.
I know.
Yeah. She should be, honestly, if you're going to marry this woman, above your mom. And if that's the case, then one, your mom should respect that, but two, you should make her respect that. And if she can't, that's when you need to implement some space between y'all or something. And at the end of the day, she will respect it if you tell her to respect it, because she respects you. I mean, which she believes she respects you. She doesn't respect you enough if she's doing this to your wife, but you don't respect your wife enough if you're letting her do it. And so it's kind of like a train of different things. Like, your mom respects you. She genuinely believes she respects you. So when she says something about the woman that you are supposed to respect and you don't say anything, then she thinks, oh, okay, that's my green light.
Yeah, I can do this.
There's the gap between the fence. I'm able to do this because he didn't stop me the first time, he didn't stop me the second time, and he damn sure won't stop her anytime soon.
Yeah.
And it will not change. It will not change unless
He should have, like, corrected her when she kept making those comments before they got engaged. Like, that's, like you said, that's why she saw the green light when she first started making comments, and then continued to make comments, and then literally called her a slur. Like, why would you
even feel that not only is it not appropriate, but it's the fact that she didn't fear losing the relationship with her son, which is obviously a very important relationship to her. That didn't scare her from doing that, which it should have. And the only way it would have is if he made it very clear the amount of respect that he had for his wife and the values that he has for her. But he's not making that clear.
Yeah.
And that's why this is happening.
Yeah. And it's also annoying that, like, obviously she didn't say anything because for one, she has autism and is probably feeling really, really uncomfortable in that moment because what the fuck do you even say? But even if like she didn't and like would have said something, I hate when it's up to the partner to correct their partner's parents. You know what I mean? Like in the I Love Mama's Boy show, like sometimes the partner or the boyfriend or girlfriend or whatever will be like, the boyfriend, because it's I Love Mama's Boy, they'll be like, well, that's between y'all. Like, I don't want to get into it. It's not my, yes, it is. That's your mother. Like, you need to be the one to check them and
Right.
correct what they're saying. Like, you can't just put that on your partner.
Especially because, like, dating someone, you obviously want to have a good relationship with your partner's parents.
Yeah.
And you don't want to overstep that boundary. Though they're doing it to you, you don't want to sit there and have to cross that line with them. And once you do, it's hard to, like, regain a better relationship.
Yeah.
And the difference is they can hear it from their children, right? They're always going to forgive their children and care about their children, but they hear something like that from you. Sorry for those watching, they're June bugs, and we're obviously, well, me especially, is terrified. So, but that coming from you, as the child, like,
Yeah.
yeah. So, he's an asshole.
How long ago was that posted?
This was 18 days ago.
Oh, okay.
And then the first comment was, as someone else who was diagnosed, you're very clearly missing a nonverbal cue from your fiance.
Yeah.
And it probably means that he doesn't care about his mom acting like that to you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Commenter 3, run.
Yes.
Don't
Don't stop. Don't stop running.
Don't stop. Run. Don't entertain the idea of marrying this asshat.
No.
He doesn't deserve you. If my mom ever said anything of the sort to my spouse, she'd never see me or hear from me again. Major red flags. He isn't appalled and confronting it on sight. I'm just saying, girl, you don't want to deal with that the rest of your life. And you don't want to deal with that during a divorce. Asking to be treated with respect by your future husband's family is honestly bare minimum.
Yeah.
And goes without saying. He and his family doesn't seem to have the capacity to do that, and that's embarrassing for them.
Yeah.
You deserve so much better than that. Please, please, please do not waste your time thinking it will change or get better.
It won't.
It won't. They're showing you who they are, and believe them. You will be better off.
Yeah. Yeah. I need to know more. I want to know more of like the son and mother situation with them because like in the show, I know I keep talking about it, but in the I Love Mama's Boy show, it's like emotional incest, like enmeshment. Like
Yeah.
it's like bad. Like
Yeah.
like I don't understand how those people stay with those men because like it's literally like just the lack of respect is crazy. Like your mother-in-law is treating you like that, but in turn your husband doesn't give a fuck about how you're feeling or respect you because he doesn't say anything. Like, and it's only, girl, it's only been a year or whatever. No.
Get out.
Get out. He doesn't
Get
give a fuck about
gone.
you. I'm sorry. He cares more about his mom's opinion or not saying anything than how you're feeling. And that's really fucked up. Like, that's some fucked up shit to say. And she also doesn't know anything about autism if she's fucking making those comments. Like, you're fucking stupid.
Yeah, she's an asshole.
She's an asshole. He's an asshole.
That
She needs
family's
to
an
leave.
asshole.
Yeah.
All right, well, so that's it for today. Just kidding, motherfucker.
Oh, shit.
There's an update.
Oh, my God. Okay.
Okay, so you really thought for the update, my fiance came home the next morning, 2 days ago, and started acting like everything was normal. He didn't even mention the fight we had. Finally, that night I sat him down and asked him why he was acting normal. He responded that it was a minor fight and we shouldn't dwell on it. This made me mad because it was a big deal for me, and that fight made me question our relationship. I told him this, and he scoffed. In that moment, I looked at him and asked him, is it really not a big deal that your mother called me a R-word gold digger? He just scoffed again and said something about her getting old. Oh,
Sorry. He
it's
came
okay.
at my face.
It's okay. I told him this and he scoffed. In this moment, I looked at him and asked him, "Is it really not a big deal that your mother called me an R word gold digger?" He just scoffed again and said something about her getting older and not knowing what that meant.
Oh, okay.
I was done at that point. His mother is 63 years old and acts the same way she did when I met her years ago.
Wait, what?
Yeah, I don't know because I thought they met a year ago. Well, it might have been like a little more than a year ago. Now she's saying years.
Okay.
I don't know. I packed a bag, called my friend to pick me up, and left. I've been staying at her place since then. Not sure where my life is headed now.
Yeah, even I was saying it's been a year girl leave. Even if it's been fucking 10, which I don't know how she would deal with that for that long. It doesn't matter the time. Doesn't matter how long they've been together. He clearly doesn't care, and he's not going to if he doesn't say anything. Especially when he, like, no, when she goes to that extreme and calls her the R word, like, no. Goodbye.
There was a comment that says he knows it wasn't a minor fight. He just knows you're in the right about it and didn't want to address it.
Yeah.
Commenter 3, seems to me your life is moving in a better direction, away from your mama's boy who clearly doesn't respect you and will never stand up for you.
Yeah.
Commenter 4, good for you for standing up for yourself. I'm proud of you. It feels dark and difficult right now, and it's okay to grieve the loss of the relationship and the person he seemed to be, but eventually you'll find yourself feeling much lighter without that weight dragging you down. I don't mean him, I mean the way his mom and he made you feel. And you'll find your happiness again.
Yeah. Period.
Period. So that is going to be it for today. And I am just motherfucking kidding.
Oh my God, Tristan.
So this one is coming from the husband.
Oh. Okay. Oh my God.
The husband's perspective.
He found it?
Yeah.
Oh
So
shit. I don't even care what he has to fucking say, but let's go.
you don't think his take might be different?
Nope. I mean, it'll be different, obviously, but he's
okay.
a fucking dumbass. Unless she literally lied about everything, you know?
Well, I'm just like being optimistic. I don't know.
No,
I
yeah.
haven't even read it. But
Gotcha.
okay. So he posted 2 days later. Okay.
I guess I'll hear it.
Am I the asshole for choosing my mom over my fiance? Hey Reddit. Yesterday my friend sent me a post on this subreddit that was made by my fiance. She totally makes me look like a villain, so I just have to say my side. We've been dating for a while now, and it's been great aside from the past few days. I was about to say years. But
I wish they said how long they were dating.
My mother, 63 female, is a single mother that raised me and my sister alone. She has always been the most supportive mother ever, and I love her to the end of the world.
Enmeshment.
She is getting on in her years now and is not the same person she was. She has always been a little overprotective of me, and so she has never fully accepted my fiance. I didn't think it was that big of a deal since she doesn't say anything directly to my fiance. Then last weekend, when we were announcing our engagement at her house.
Wait.
What?
I'm sorry. I don't like the fact that he just said it's never been a big deal because she's never said it directly to her. So you just let her talk shit behind her back? That's still not okay.
And what do you say? Like, and what's even more
Does he just continue
annoying,
to giggle about it?
He's either giggling or he's not saying anything. And I hate when a fucking man thinks that he is not in the wrong because he didn't say anything.
No.
You did nothing. That is an issue in itself. You did nothing.
So already he's stupid.
Yeah.
Continue.
Then last weekend, when we were announcing our engagement at her house, my mom wasn't too thrilled, and I admit, made a rude remark regarding my fiance's autism. We left quickly after, and I comforted my fiance for over an hour. I ordered her takeout, made a bath for her, and put on a movie. I explained to her that my mom is getting older and doesn't have full control of what she says. My fiance kept pushing, and I eventually snapped and told her I can't do anything about it. I'm not sure my fiance understands because she doesn't have a close bond with her mom. Typo, but I'm not sure.
That makes it even worse.
Yeah, I'm not sure my fiance understands because she doesn't have a close bond with her mom.
No, he's trying to gaslight her into thinking that it's okay because she doesn't understand the relationship.
How did even then? Okay, your mom is looking out for you. What has this woman done to you to make her so bad for you? Other than
That's what I'm
having
wondering.
autism, I
She's a
it.
gold digger, apparently.
Okay, okay. That that's every mom's excuse on that little show that we be watching.
Yeah.
A gold digger.
Yeah.
Okay, girl. Anyways, yeah. So I don't even know where I was going with that, but anyways, I stayed at my mom's house. Went back in the morning. Long argument short. Like what? Long argument short, my fiance started blowing the comments my mother made way out of proportion, not even bothering to mention her age.
Oh my god. How old?
She
Like,
did mention her age, first of all, and what that doesn't matter. Her age doesn't matter. Now I get okay.
she have Alzheimer's or something? Like the fuck?
I was just about to say. So my granny, she was diagnosed with cancer, and the way she spoke and her filter on what she thinks completely gone, right?
Yeah, that happens.
That happens, and I'm not, yeah, and maybe her age has something to do with that. Maybe that's a genuine thing that they're struggling with. But at the end of the day, the wife did say how old she was. The wife did say years ago she acted like this towards her.
Yeah.
And she, like, since they met. And even if that was the case, when my granny said things that were out of pocket, I would even tell her something, Granny, that's not cool.
Yeah.
And like, you could have simply said, hey, mom, like, that's not cool. I don't appreciate that. We're going to go ahead and head out.
Yeah.
It could have been as simple as that. You don't have to create an entire giant battle with your mother.
Yeah.
You don't have to demonize your mother.
Yeah, because even if she is struggling like that, like maybe in their family, like it comes on early. But like my grandparents are like fucking 70 something, and they they would not make that comment. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, everybody's affected differently. Maybe it comes on early or whatever. But like you said, you can still
correct
make
it.
a little comment and correct it, like you said, to make your partner feel better. But he's never ever said anything, and
Yeah.
he just keeps using her age as an excuse, like she's a fucking toddler.
So I'm going to continue. It said, my fiance started blowing the comments my mother made way out of proportion, not even bothering to mention her age. Like I said, my mom is old. Now, she doesn't understand this fully. She left, and I haven't seen her since. Her friend contacted me and said, I'm the asshole for choosing my mom over her. I'm not choosing my mom over her, though, and we are still getting married. So, am I the asshole?
They're still getting married? Like what?
Well, from what he thinks, but they
Yeah.
haven't spoken days.
Yeah, and also his sister was messaging her, telling her, why are you making him choose? Like, why is his sister messaging her? Like, just egging it on, making it worse. Like, oh, God. Yeah, his perspective didn't help at all. He just made himself seem more like an asshole.
Yeah, he definitely made himself seem more like an asshole. Comment 1, you're the fucking asshole. Your mom called your autistic fiance a R-word gold digger. How is that not a big deal? There is no good fucking excuse for your mom to call her that, and I'm not buying the whole age excuse because my mom is 5 years younger than yours, and she's very much alert and aware of what is and isn't okay to say to other people.
Yeah.
Granted, again, other people could have different circumstances, but that's beside the point.
Yeah.
Unless your mom has early onset dementia,
Yeah.
she knows exactly what the fuck she's doing.
Exactly.
You're a fucking mommy's boy who can't stand up for your
I love this person.
who can't stand up for your fiance's dignity.
Yeah.
That's fucking pathetic. Shame on you.
Yeah. Yep.
Period. She said everything I needed to say.
No, literally. That's it.
Comment 2. Age is not an excuse to be a shitty person. After 63 years, your mother doesn't have the self-control to keep rude comments to herself. You absolutely could have done something. You chose to not defend your fiance because you're too busy hanging on mom's teat.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah. You're the asshole, and your fiance dodged a fucking nuke.
I hope
that.
so.
I fucking love that. Not a bullet, a fucking nuke, bitch.
Yeah, period. I hope she fucking dodged the nuke because, I mean, I know she hasn't seen him, but
Yeah.
I hope she doesn't, like, you know,
I love these comments. I'm about to read 2 more because
they're good.
these girls are eating. Well, I don't know if they're girls, but these people are eating it. Perhaps you should have remained quiet and let us think you are an ass instead of posting and removing all doubt.
No, literally. That's why I said, like, nothing he can fucking say is gonna make me
Yeah.
be like, oh.
Well, sometimes you might get it like a different perspective and you're like, they didn't tell you all that.
I
But
know, but I
in
knew.
this case, like the commenter said, they removed all doubt.
Yeah.
Comment 4. I don't want to burp in the mic. The whole point of getting married is to create a new immediate family. That means your wife and future kids are your number 1 priority, and cousins, uncles, and parents are distant seconds or third priorities. I speak from experience where my aging mother is also a filterless racist asshole who spoke down on my Filipino wife. Guess what I did? Chewed out my mom and gave her one opportunity to make it right. My mom can't control her tongue, so I've since gone no contact. It's been 9 years since I last spoke to her, and my wife and I just celebrated our 11th anniversary. You're the asshole and will always be the asshole until you put your wife first. Always.
Yeah.
Now, go beg for forgiveness with fiance. Chew your mom out and tell her she's got one chance to apologize or she loses her son. Otherwise, you don't deserve your fiance.
Yeah. Literally.
Okay.
Oh, God, that guy's so annoying.
Wife's post. Final update.
Oh, okay. Let's see. She's leaving his ass.
Let's see. Okay. Okay. As some of you may have seen, my fiance posted an Am I the Asshole post earlier today. I haven't seen him since our last fight. He was pretty much getting destroyed in the comments, so that made me feel a little better. Here's the link to the post.
Oh, she posted. That's so funny.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Are you good?
Yes.
Okay.
Are you okay?
No, it flew in my freaking nostril. So anyways, after he posts this, he calls me and like an idiot, I pick up.
Yeah.
And let me tell you, this man did not sound stable. First, he was crying, begging for me back, and then he was screaming at me to get the fuck back here.
Oh my God.
First of all, I like that she says that he's calling, begging for her back, when he in the comments said, we're still getting married.
Yeah.
No, the fuck you're not. Okay. It was heartbreaking to hear the man I thought I was going to marry sound so psycho. I recorded the call just in case. I needed evidence, and then I hung up and blocked him everywhere. About an hour later, it's the power of Reddit, which I love so much. Like,
They empowered her.
Yes.
Yeah.
About an hour later, he shows up to my friend's house acting crazy and saying something I can't repeat here. I called the police, and and after they took him away.
Oh my God.
They actually took him, which a lot of the time you'll call them and they're like, oh, like, civil matter or whatever. I left to stay at a hotel. My friend has been really supportive, but I can't put her in danger. That's really sweet. I hope this is the final update, but if anything else happens, is there a different sub I can post in? I feel like I'm deviating from Am I the Asshole? So, oh, okay. Makes sense. Okay. Sorry if this isn't edited properly. I just can't with my life today. Again, thank you for all the support. It truly means more to me than I can ever say.
That's crazy. See? You never fucking know who somebody is until some shit goes down. I mean, obviously there are signs because he's a fucking mama's boy. Mm-hmm. But yeah, the fact that he like flew off the handle was, I don't know, obviously saying some crazy shit and went to her friend's house. Like, okay. All right, buddy, we're fucking drawing a line right here.
Mm-hmm. I know all about that psychoticness driving to see you at your friend's house because they can't catch you anywhere else.
Yeah.
Psycho.
Yeah. Crazy.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that actually will wrap us up today.
I don't believe you.
I'm not scamming you. We had quite the day, such a long episode indeed. So I had a lot of fun with you today.
I know. Thank you for having me. I was very nervous, still a little nervous, but it got better.
Really, I feel like once we got in our groove, we got in our groove.
Yeah, for sure. I was just,
Yeah, it can be like that. So thank you guys so much. We really appreciate it. And thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe.
bye, subscribe.
Bye.